degrees to hope. But they say there's three main ones. Number one, when the servant he knows, man, he's messing up. He's messing up. He's he got a lot of sins. And so, for him, his hope has to be in forgiveness. He has to forgive. He has to be hopeful of the forgiveness of Allah. Because there's some people that despair of the forgiveness of Allah. They despair and they're just like, I'll never be able to give it up. I'll never be able to overcome it. Allah's never going to forgive me. I'm going to go to the fire. No. Imam al-Hakim records a hadith in his Mustadrak where it's a hadith Qudsi, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the speaker, but it's not Quran. You know, it's revelation to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam without the angel Jibril. That's what it is. Hadith Qudsi. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there's this direct communication between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam without the angel Jibril. And he says, whoever approaches me by a span, like a hand span, someone just does a little bit, I will approach him by a cubit. A cubit, right? And whoever approaches me by a cubit, I will approach him by a fathom. Right? So if you come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the length of this table, he's going to come to you 100 yards. Whoever comes to me walking, I will come to him hastily. This is Allah. Right? What do you sense when you hear this? Hope. Right? Wow. Okay. I can do it. And then it goes on to say, whoever meets me with nearly the size of the earth, filled with sins, I will meet him with forgiveness in the same amount as long as he doesn't associate partners with me. You see? This is what the person who is covered with sins, right? They're covered with bad habits. That's where their hope has to lie. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive them. What about acceptance? So let's just say that somebody has struggled against themselves, you know what I mean? They've reached a certain, they've overcome a lot of sins and they've been persistent in doing good deeds. Yeah, but you still have to have hope that Allah will accept them. You still must, right? You want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept them. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. Right? You can work hard all your life and all the conditions of your deeds are messed up. And then you meet him and those are no good, but I still forgive you. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts those deeds, you get the forgiveness and the rank of those deeds. So we always want acceptance of our deeds. All right? One of the things that we always want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept is what? Who puts up their hands like this except they're hoping for something? When you put your hands up like this, you're hoping. If you're downtown LA at the Skid Row and you walk by someone and they put their hand out to you like this, they're hoping for something. They're hoping. When you put your hands up, you're also hoping. Who are you hoping for? Who are you hoping in? You don't know?
No.
Allah. Right? Allah. But you have to know this. Dua has its conditions. Dua, it has its conditions. So sometimes we're making dua, and the dua is not being answered. We're like, man, what's going on? All right? One of the conditions of dua is that you don't stop, even though you haven't been answered. That's one of the conditions of dua. Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali, he says it's haram. It is haram to say to yourself, it's not going to be answered. I'm going to stop. He said that is haram. because it's close to despair.